Welcome to Hot Take. Ailey and I take on SU Sports Debate. Three of our most controversial takes going from mild, medium to hot about Syracuse athletics with a twist. As our takes get hotter, we test our mettle by explaining our hottest take after taking a hot sauce shot to the head. So Ailey, like I said, I know you're getting a little qualmy about it. Are you ready to kick this thing off?
I can smell the hot sauce and it's making my stomach feel some type of way, but I think let's just hit the ground running and we'll get started with our mild take. So to start it off, Deasia Fair is the best basketball player on campus. I know there's a lot of talented men's players, not dissing them at all, but she is reliable. The team needs her. She has been averaging this season already 19 points. Last season was 22. So she's already where she left off last season, and she's picking up right where she left off. And her lowest points scored this season was only 9. So she's still contributing to the team on her worst nights. And she has a lot of assists, a lot of steals, and every basketball coach will tell you defense turns into offense. And it's clear that Coach Legetjak saw that, which is why she brought her down when she came to transfer.
No, her main competition for that title, I would assume a guy in Judah Mintz has 0 postseason appearances as an Orange versus Deasia already has one, right. And like you said, in Coach Jack's first season. So you got your mild take out of the way. Let me get into my mild take. As a former defensive lineman, I could potentially be biased, but regardless, I think this is a guy that's worked really hard and deserved to have some postseason recognition for this. Kevon Darden deserved to be on an all-ACC team. This is a guy that less than 2 years ago wasn't even a scholarship player, but after getting that scholarship awarded to him by former coach Dino Babers, this is a guy that has started 25 consecutive games for a top 25 defense in the mob. Not only has he been productive, not only been reliable, he's been productive. This is a guy that led SU and was second in the conference in sacks from an interior defensive lineman with 5. Not only that, he was a menace against the run too. 3rd in the ACC, and again, first on SU team with tackles for loss in 7.5. So I think we have this new era of college football at Syracuse with Fran Brown. I think that it'll be important to have pillars of this defense like a Kevon Darden in order to ease that transition for Coach Brown.
Right. So you mentioned that Babers gave him a scholarship, which obviously meant that they had a special connection. How do you think that's going to transfer over with a new coach, keeping him here and keeping him on that grind of being a reliable guy on defense?
I think with Coach Brown in his first stint as a head coach, it's important to make him as comfortable as possible, and that includes, having pillars of this defense his side of the ball here. So you have a guy like Justin Bann, you have a guy like Kevon Darden to ease that transition a little bit for him. And obviously he'll want to bring a lot of his new personnel in, but it's not a complete case of out with the old, in with the new.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm here with you. I don't think these have been too hot yet. They haven't been hot enough. So we're going to take it up a notch to the medium level. Going to mine. JJ Starling's been a bit of a bust. I know it's early in the season and there's a lot of adjusting to do with all these transfers and the young players and the new coach. I'm not pushing that aside, but he's not bringing to the table what we thought he was going to, being an all-ACC freshman. So is Judah Mintz, and look at him. He's had 2 career highs already in point scoring this season. His most recent one against LSU, he had 33 points. He's stepping it up a notch, so why isn't Starling? I don't know if it's something with camaraderie of the team. I don't know if it's something with the coach. Maybe he just needs a little bit more time in Syracuse, but he did say when he transferred back that it was a no-brainer transfer. So I'm not seeing where the fall is happening.
No, and then I think JJ improving that play will be crucial to raising this team's ceiling and potentially getting us back to the NCAA tournament. So going off of your medium point, jumping into my medium point, with a little bit of the disappointment of play from JJ Starling, I believe a guy in Chris Bell has been SU's second best player. This is a guy that is our best shooter thus far, shooting over 36% from 3. And with a team that lacks the spacing that SU does, that has been crucial for getting guys like Judah and JJ space in the paint to be able to create and finish in the paint. Not only about his shooting, but he has been improved as a defender. He was tasked in the Maui Invitational with guarding Tennessee's best player, Dalton Connect, and he did an admirable job holding Connect to under 50% shooting and forcing him to some really tough shots. So it's not the player that we expected, but I think in a guy like Chris Bell, who had that marked improvement from his freshman to sophomore year, a thing that we expected from JJ Starling, that could be an unexpected piece of growth that could also push this Zealand's team upward as well.
I completely agree, and having Starling not fitting in as well as we thought gives Bell that space to come in and make a name for himself and put himself into that starting line, hopefully.
Exactly.
So I think that was upped it a little bit hotter. I'm getting a little hot just thinking that I need to take this in a few seconds. So let me take my shot of hot sauce.
Ooh, oh my goodness, let's see how this is. I'm gonna judge your reaction. Ooh, now that's hot.
Okay, for my hottest take, it's hot. Not LeQuint, not whoever the starting QB is. My eyes are watering. Isaiah Jones is the most important offensive player to return in the offseason for Syracuse football. Coach Brown and LeQuint, both being from New Jersey, that will share a little bit of a connection with them. And we've seen Syracuse win games together and produce offense when they've been down through him. He's a reliable player. They go to him when they need him. And with Gadsden out this past season, it'll be leaving, I'm sweating. It'll be leaving a gaping hole that's already kind of been there for him to step into that position.
And having been at some of the preseason practices, I believe that he was a guy that was ready to break out not only this year, but last year as well. So he's had a little bit of injury concerns coming to Syracuse since he came from JUCO. But I think that he's a guy, if he can stay on the field, he could be the best weapons threat that we have for this team.
He's also a great guy. I've had a couple classes with him. He sits next to me. We chatted up. He's a good dude, too. I mean, that's also something that you look for. Yes, you need to be talented on the field, but if you're a good guy on the bench and you're picking up your teammates and you're bringing the energy, that makes you a 10 times more valuable player.
Yes. So seeing your reaction to the hot sauce shot, I don't think that I was prepared for this, but
Don't use the milk. If you use the milk, then I win.
You got it. I have no problem letting you win. I just want to make sure I can try to get through this. Cheers.
It's not as bad as you think. It kind of just hits you all at once. Ooh. And then
hit like a Mike Tyson jab.
Yep, there you go.
Point 3, the hottest for me. You ain't playing. Fran Brown is already a better fit for SU than Dino Babers ever was. First thing first for me, Fran Brown had 2 years of experience in the NFL. This is hot. With the Cincinnati Bengals. And, a lot of these guys that come to a Power 5 program want to get to the NFL. And Fran Brown having been in the NFL locker room and knowing what it takes to get there, that just brings him a little bit more credibility than Dino was ever going to be able to have coming from Bowling Green. Secondly, Dino Babers, with all the things that he did bring to the table, he was from Hawaii. He didn't probably necessarily understand just the cultural significance of a place like Syracuse. A guy, Fran Brown, he talked a lot about it at his introductory press conferences. He is from Camden, New Jersey. He is the same region as Syracuse. So he understands the importance of this program. He understands the heights that this program has reached. And I think that he has a true more understanding than Coach Babers of what it takes to get there. So for me, I think that with Fran Brown, also the recruiting prowess that Dino Babers never brought. You have that recruiting prowess coming from high schoolers, coming from guys that he was able to recruit not only at Georgia, which obviously has a lot of resources, but Temple and Rutgers, 2 places that doesn't have a ton of resources as well. So I think for me, combining all that and also allowing Fran Brown to be a guy that, coming from a high major program, whereas Dino Babers came from Bowling Green. Right. It gives him a ton of more experience and probably gives him a head start in terms of what he can do here. So for me and Ailey, we made it through. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It kind of hit a little bit after, but I think I'm cooling off a little bit.
Well, now that our mouths are burning, I don't think that you'll find a spicier debate duo. Agree or disagree, we hope you guys were thoroughly entertained. That's a wrap for us. I'm Josh Crawford. That's Ailey Weiss, and we're about to go get some more milk.